Wanted to do 2 chapters today because, well, I forgot Saturday. So, starting from chapter 14, from place to place. At that time, Harold the trenches heard from the fame of Jesus, and said unto his servants, This is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do slew forth themselves in him. For Herod had laid hold of on John, and bound him, and put him in prison for Herodias' sake, for his brother Philip's story. For John said unto him, It is not lawful for thee to have her. And when he would have put him to death, he feared a multitude, because they counted him as a prophet. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced for them and pleased Herod. Whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. And she, being bring forth instructions to her mother, said, Give me here John the Baptist's head, and a charged her. And the king was sorry, nevertheless, for the oath's sake, and them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it to be given her. And he sent and beheaded John in the prison, and his head was brought in a charger, and given to the damsel, and she brought it to her mother. And his disciples came and took the body, and buried it, and went and told Jesus into a desert place. When Jesus heard of it, he departed thence by ship unto the desert place apart. And when the people had heard thereof, they followed him on foot out of the city. And Jesus went forth and saw the great multitude, and was moved with compassion towards them, and he healed their sickness, and their sick, being the 5,000. And when it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, This is a desert place, and the time is now past. Send the multitude away, that they may go into a village, and buy themselves victuals. And Jesus said unto them, They need not depart, give ye to them to eat. And they said unto him, We have here but 5 loaves and 2 fish. He said, Bring them hither to me. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took 5 loaves and 2 fish. And he looked up to the heavens, blessed them, and brake. And he gave loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude, and they did all eat, and were filled, and they took up of the fragments that remained 12 baskets full, and they that had eaten were about 5,000 men, besides women and children, walking on the sea. And straightway Jesus constrained his disciples to get into the ship, and to go before him unto the other side, while he sent a multitude away. And when he had sent the multitude away, I think I repeated the line, sorry. Went up to the mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with the waves and the wind of Circe. And in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went unto them walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It is a spirit," and they cried out for fear. But straightway Jesus spake unto them, "Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid." And Peter answered him, and said, "Lord, if it be thou, bid thee come unto thee on the water." And he said, "Come." And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind blow, he was afraid, and began to sink. He cried out, saying, "Lord, save me." And immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand, and caught him, and said unto him, "O thou of little faith, where didst thou doubt?" And when they were come unto the ship, and the wind ceased, then they that were in the ship came and worshipped him, saying, "Of a truth thou art the Son of God." And Genesis. And when they were gone over, they came to the island of Jerusalem. I will pronounce that right. And when the men of that place had knowledge of him, they sent out into all the country round about, and brought unto him all that were diseased, and besought him that they might only touch the hems of his garment. And as many as touched were made perfectly whole. Alright, I'm gonna pause for a second and go to the next page after I get drunk. Alright, chapter 15. Then came to Jesus scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, "Why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread." But he answered and said unto them, "Why do ye also transgress the commandments of God, your tradition? For God's commandment, saying, Honor thy father and thy mother, and he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death. But ye say, whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, it's a gift, by whatsoever thou mayest be profit by me, and honor not his father or his mother, he by whatsoever thou mightest profit by me, and honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free. Thus have ye made the commandment of God of not effect by your tradition. Ye hypocrites, well did Isaiah prophecy of you, saying, this people draweth nigh unto me with their mouths, and honoureth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrine the commandments of man. And he called the multitude, and said unto them, hear and understand. Not that which goeth into the mouth defiles a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth defiles a man. Then came his disciples, and said unto him, knowest thou that the Pharisees were offended, and after they heard this saying? But he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father has not planted shall be rooted up. Let them alone, they that be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind leads the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. Then he answered Peter, and said unto him, declare unto us the parables. And Jesus said, are ye also yet without understanding? Do not ye yet understand that whatsoever enters into an mouth goes into the belly, and is cast out into the earth? But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile the man. For out of the heart proceeds evil thoughts, murder, adulteries, fornication, theft, false witnesses, blasphemy. These are the things which defile a man. But to eat with unwashed hands defiles not a man. Tyre and Sidon. Then Jesus went thence, and departed unto the coast of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Candace came out of the same coast, and cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. But he answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she cries after us. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, It is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it into the dog. And she said, True, Lord, the dog eats of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. Then Jesus answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. It be it unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour by the Sea of Galilee. Jesus departed from thence, and came nigh unto the Sea of Galilee, and went up the mountain, and sat down. And great multitudes came unto him, having with them those that were lame, blind, dumb, maimed, and many other, and cast them down at his feet, and he healed them, is so much that the multitude wondered when they saw the dumb to speak, the man to be whole, the lame to walk, and the blind to see. And they glorified the God of Israel, feeding the 4,000. Then Jesus called unto his disciples unto him, and said, I have compassion on the multitude, because they continue with me now 3 days, and have nothing to eat, and I will not send them away, fastening least their fate in the way. And the disciples said unto him, Whence should we have so much bread in the wilderness, and to fill so great a multitude? And Jesus saith unto them, How many loaves do ye have? And they said, 7, and a few little fishes. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the ground. And he took the 7 loaves and fishes, and gave thanks, and brake them. He gave them to his disciples, and his disciples to the multitude. And they did all eat, and were filled. And they took up the broken meat that was left, 7 baskets full. And they that did eat were 4,000 men, besides women and children. And he sent away the multitude, and took ship, and came unto the coast of Megadon. I hope I read that well, friends. I still recommend you get your own Bible, but it was kind of like a thing for forgetting last time. Anyway, see you later.